Hey meteorologists, in this video we're going to start with the continuous locomotion, so holding the joystick down to go around and then turning it to turn around, and then we're going to finish with teleportation. Okay, now we're going to create continuous locomotion so that using the joystick, using the VR controller, we can move around in our scene. We have the plane, which is our floor, and this plane will be the place we're going to walk on. Let's just create a couple of obstacles here so that you can see that we can move around here. So I'm just going to make a quick wall here. So it's not going to be pretty. I'm just going to make it very fast, very tall. These are the pizza colors. We're going to be working on a pizza box, as you can see. Okay, maybe the green color on our floor is a little bit too annoying for the eyes. So for your sake, I'm just trying to make it a little bit darker so it doesn't become that much pain in the ass to look at. Okay, here it is. Then we want to create some locomotion. And to begin with, we're going to start with my favorite type of locomotion, continuous locomotion. By pressing down and holding down the joystick, you should be able to move forward and backward. And for that, we need something called dynamic move provider, which is this thing over here. This allows us to move around in our scene. Now something new here is it looks for a mediator. We will have a look at that afterwards. But transformation priority got some different parameters. As you see, move speed is move speed. It enables strafing or not, so you can go left and right. I usually turn this off because it induces motion sickness. Fly, I turn off because it also induces motion sickness. Use gravity. Yeah, it's good for it to use gravity. Forward source. So what is the source it will look at to go forward? So which direction will we walk towards when we press the forward button? And in this case, it should be facing the camera's direction. So its forward source should be the main camera. And then left hand move. Remember, we downloaded from the XR Interaction Toolkit, we downloaded all the samples. So here we can just look for XRI move left. There is a XRI left locomotion move. So for moving around, we're gonna just tell it, use the stuff you gave me from the XR Interaction Toolkit examples. And the same we're gonna do with right. These ones in movement direction, we don't need to fill because it's gonna follow our forward transform as far as remember. So, and then another thing we need, of course, is a character controller, because those of you who have experience making VR normal games, you need a character controller to be able to move around your character. And then there are elements like slope limit, step offset. Slope limit is like how many degrees the slope it allows your character to walk upwards and downwards of. So if you are making some kind of climbing up some kind of stairs kind of game. Step offset, so how big can the steps be before you cannot walk up them and down there. Skin width, how fat you are, big you are, wide you are, I guess. Movement distance, so how sensitive will you be moving depending on the input buttons, right? And then how much in the center you are. Like from your game object that this is attached to, so the center of XR origin, we just put it in dead center. Radius is again how big you are, height is your height, and so on. And priority is like what elements will you touch, like interact with and work on, and what will you ignore. But you don't need to think about those for now. This is good enough. So now it needs, as you can see here, it needs a mediator. So let's give it a locomotion mediator. Then when we add the locomotion mediator, it automatically also create a XR body transformer. So here we can actually give it now, because it's under XR origin, it just suggests XR origin. You can also do like this and drop it here, and it will be XR origin. Or you can just press here and then choose XR origin. Now, more or less, everything should be set up for us to be able to move around in our scene. This body position evaluator, that's something you do not need for it to work. If there is none, it will estimate its own position compared to the camera position. So that's not needed. The same goes from constrained body movement, which is optional. There might be none. This is just what constraints should there be when moving around. You can create a physical body to give it the constraints. Now let's test this out for now. I'm gonna try to start it. So now I am in my scene, as you can see, and I can move around, but I can just move towards the direction I'm looking. So I'm moving my head and I can move that way. I cannot strive, I cannot do anything else. I have to like look around with my head and then press forward. If we turn on strafing, let me see if I can actually do it while I'm here. Turn on strafing. Yeah, now I can strive to the left and I can strive to the right. So it's up to you if you feel for your games you want the strafing to be there or not. Personally, I don't get easily motion cyber sickness, so I leave it on because it's more easy and fun to move around. But yeah, so far so good. But for this one, we try to create something that is not motion sickness inducing. So we're gonna turn it off, and it turns it off because we turn it on while we were in our strafe mode. Now we also want to add the ability to rotate while we are here. So I'm gonna create something called rotation. What was it called? Continuous turn provider. That's what it's called. Continuous turn provider here. It also needs a mediator. We're gonna again give it the XR origin. So transformation priority is if you have several different locomotion techniques at the same time on top of each other, you can play around with the transformation priority to tell it which one it should prioritize to move first before the other. Let's say when we later add teleportation. Turn speed is turn speed, but then left hand turn input and right hand turn input, those can be different things. Let's say we're gonna now again XR left turn. We have everything here, which is perfect. And XR right turn. Boom. So now I should be able to turn around just by pressing my controller. Let's try it out real quick. So I'm here. And as you can see, I am turning around. I'm turning around. I can move forward and backward. And I'm turning around. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Which is perfect. I can do it with both controllers even. Sometimes you want to reserve one controller for one thing and the other controller for another thing. In this case, we want to maybe use the right controller for something called snap turn. So I'm just gonna press it and press none. So I remove right hand turn input, and here I'm gonna add snap turn provider down here. And here you all of a sudden have more stuff. We're gonna give it the mediator again. Turn amount, so how much it turns. You know, if you hold the mouse over it, you can get the information about what it is. So debounce time, the amount of time that the system will wait before starting another snap turn. It could be nice to again reduce accidental turns. Enable turn left, right. Enable turn around. So control folder to enable left and right snap turns. I guess we want both of them. And delay time. So it also, I assume you guys know, but you can press this question mark here. Then it will open up your browser and you can read about different elements in there. So I would suggest you do it, but it's quite simple. Now what we want to give it is we want to give only snap turn to the right hand, and then left hand only does continuous turn. So XRI turn again, and then was it right? Yeah, right. So as you can see, we also have a snap turn for the right hander. So we're just gonna give the snap turn. Oh shit! I need to scroll down. I need to go to the snap turn here for the right hand. So if I press play now, so with the left hand, I am turning like this, with the right hand, I'm snap turning. You see? Snap, 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 snap. And I can move around. Oh, I turn off the strafing. But you can play around. So for instance, I can have this one on top of me being able to both do this and snap, but then it will be a little bit weird. So this is you should figure out, play around with these different variables and figure out your favorite way of snapping around. But the joystick controller's input enables you to move around and figure out, like, remember to move around, and you can play around with what kind of interactions you want. So this is it for continuous locomotion techniques. Hi again. Now I have fixed my second screen again, so and put on the camera. Not that it's gonna help anything. Maybe I should just start doing these videos without the camera, but sometimes I think it's good for you to see what I'm doing in VR when I'm testing stuff out, so it may help you guys debug. But now, next step for us is to do the teleportation. And exactly like what we did before, teleportation is more or less very easy and very straightforward. What you need is a teleportation provider, like we needed the dynamic move provider. Boom. Just gonna, again, this there is not much coding basically. Our XR Interaction Toolkit for free gives us everything we need to develop VR applications. So it needs the locomotion mediator. I just pressed the dot over here and gave it XR origin, where our mediator is placed. I could also just drag the mediator down here like this. That is it for now. The priority and the delay time, you don't need delay time to begin with. Transformation priority is like if you have more than one kind of teleportation or transformation, then you will give it priority. Which priority should be first? Should it be teleportation or locomotion? But for this case, I just simply remove the left hand input from here, because I only want to teleport with left hand and I want to do locomotion with right hand. So I just pressed here, then I pressed none. So that one is gone. Now we have a teleportation provider. But what we need is a teleportation interactor. So we need something. Usually teleportation in VR games, for those of you who have tried it, is that you point somewhere, it draws a line and then gives you like where you will end up if you teleport there. And then you say, yes, I want to go there. Then you release the button, boom, you are there. And that's that line, all of that interaction, the haptic feedback, all of that is provided for us by the XR Interaction Toolkit again. So it's called the teleportation interactor. Teleport interactor. Teleport interactor, there it is. So this has everything we need. I'm gonna put it on the left hand. Look at this beautiful thing here. It got it all. It of course needs the interaction manager. We got to just give it this XR interaction manager we have here. What else does it need? It needs some select input, and it basically needs two of them. And if you hold your mouse down here, you can see it can be the same. So the input, again, XR Interaction Toolkit will provide us with what we need here. So I'm writing XRI, and I'm gonna look for teleport mode, and I'm gonna look for left. So you can write the hand also you want. So I'm gonna write left. Then I have teleport mode left here. And I'm gonna drag it here, and I'm gonna drag it, I'm gonna drag it here. Boom. Then basically I should have everything I need to be able to teleport on my area. Oh, my area. So I want to create a teleportation area on the floor here. So I want to make this floor into a teleportable area. So it's gonna become a teleportation area like this. Again, all this teleportation area needs is a mesh. And I'm just gonna give it this mesh, the floor mesh, and say everything on the floor mesh should be teleportable. And then I'm gonna just put it in the teleport layer, god damn it, teleport layer, there we go. To be honest, I have no idea what I did to put it finally on the teleport layer, but this should be on the teleport layer. Good. Now, actually, it should work. Let's try and play. I'm gonna put on the headset. I'm gonna wait for my link thingy to do his thingy. And okay, as you see, I can move around with my right hand still. But now I want to teleport to over there. So I just press this button here. Where is the camera? Yeah, I'm gonna press this button. Where is the camera? Goddamn. Joystick button. Okay, I'm not gonna be a good aimer. I can barely see the camera. But this button, the joystick. I'm gonna press the joystick and then release it. Then I gonna like teleport to the edge of the wall. Whoa, I'm on the edge of the wall. It works. And it changes color, and you can play around with it in the teleport interactor to what different colors to show and how to render the line. And if you want the haptic feedback or not. The only problem we have right now is that this line here is active all the time. And we want to do something so it listens to the events and then only activate it from the input system and only activates it when I actually press this button. So how are we going to do that? And again, this is gonna be some simple coding to remove this line teleport interactor, to deactivate it and activate it. And look at it, it got everything you need from the colors to simple haptic feedback and so on that you can play around with. Everything you need. So I'm gonna go to my left hand, and on the left hand, I'm gonna create a teleportation controller script. Teleport controller script. Boom. Here it is. And this is gonna be our the script that we have just made and placed on this. On the left hand here, the teleport script. So what we want to give it, we want it to use the, remember like with the animation controller, we use the input system to listen for input action properties for the grab button and the trigger button that we assign in the editor. We're gonna use again the input system like we did before. So we're gonna be using, once again, Unity Engine input system like we did before. But now we're also gonna be working with this teleportation interactor because we want to activate and deactivate the line of it on the go. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna deactivate and activate the visual line. So we're gonna say using Unity Engine, and this one is gonna be a long one because we're gonna need to work with the like the XR Interaction Toolkit. And we want to work with its interactors because here we're gonna, like before, make a public input action property, and this one is gonna be our teleportation activation action. So the button we're gonna press when we want the teleportation to happen, which we will later assign to this button that we used until now. So until now, it's very quite similar to the input action property we are doing for these buttons over here. So far, so good. Next up, we're gonna make another public variable, and this one is gonna be the XR Ray interactor, because now we have access to it because we are using XR interaction interactors. And we're gonna XR Ray interactor public, which we'll assign in a second, and this one will be our teleport interactor game object, the XR Ray from that. Cool. So what do we want to start with? We want to deactivate that shit. How do we do it? We're gonna start with saying, hey, this teleport interactor thingy, this game object, it should be active, not so much. Yoda style talking. Good? So far, so good. So it will start by removing the line, killing the line. That is exactly what we want. But now we want to subscribe to the button presses of this sticky thingy here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say our teleport activation action, you should listen to its action. So it should be enable. So enable the action such that it actively listens to input and run callbacks in response. That's what we want. So we're gonna enable it. And now we're gonna subscribe to it with two methods that will be built. One to check for when it's being pressed and is activated. One to check if it's been deactivated and released. So we're gonna make a teleport activity action thingy action. And if we write actions, they have a perform. So it looks for if it's been played. And if you write plus and equal, it will say, ooh, press tab to insert the method. And it's like magic. Look at this. I'm gonna press the tab button. Boom! It's right there. Beautiful. That's one thing. But what about when we release it? Then it should actually remove it. It should unsubscribe for us. So we're gonna do it again. Teleportation activation action again. But this time instead of perform, we're gonna call cancel. So this time it's like when we cancel the action, when we have to the thing we subscribe to, when we activate it, do this, and then when we cancel it, do this. Again, it says tap to insert. So like magic, once again, it just creates boom. Look at that. It creates our action cancel. Beautiful, beautiful. This update thingy, we're not going to use update. It's very, some of the things we could do in update, but it would be stupid to check every frame like that. It's easier and much cheaper and much more efficient to just subscribe to the events we have here. So what do we want to do on action cancel? We want to say our teleportation, no, not this, sorry. We want to say teleport interactor, game object. When we cancel and we finish, it should be false. Maybe I should have done this one first. So this one is action performed. So when we do it, you should do teleport interactor game object set active. That should be true. Boom. That should do it basically. Let's have a look. And this is like, again, very different from the last year's. Of course, I haven't assigned it. This is, I'm totally live coding this shit so that you guys can see the struggles are real. Once again, use reference, and I'm gonna give it the, what do you call it? XRI teleport left. Teleport more, so the button we used to press last time. And the teleport interactor is this one. So we're gonna deactivate and activate this guy. So now it should work. Now it knows what I'm talking about. Oh, update required. Please don't fuck with me now. Right, it's not fucking. See? Now it's here and then it's gone. You see? But it's not teleporting me. So it deactivates it by start. And when I press the event I subscribe to, it activates the line. But when I release it, it removes it. But it removes it so fast that it will not. The teleport interactor does not have time to actually move me there, because it gets cancelled so fast with our method here set to false. So when we unsubscribe, it goes so fast it cannot actually. So we needed to wait at least one frame for that to happen. So we're gonna make something. Remove update. Let's make a coroutine. Let's make a coroutine, and then we're gonna wait for one frame. So I'm gonna say system collection. Those of you familiar with coroutine, it's just to like tell the code instead of just going from top to bottom. That here. You wait a little bit and then you do something else and then you go back to what you were doing before. So enumerator here, and we're gonna call it jump one frame. Jump one frame. Okay. So we're gonna wait for one frame. And then we're gonna, I think it's yield return null. This is basically the standard waiting 1 second. And then we're gonna say teleport interactor. Where is it? Teleport interactor. Game object set active false. So here in our cancel, we're gonna start a coroutine. And this store coroutine will be jump one frame. Boom, boom, boom. So now when we unsubscribe, it will wait to one frame for us before it actually cancels our subscription. So our teleportation stuff can finish its work all the way through. Let's have a look if it works. Let's see if we get errors. No errors. Okay, just the tip.
Just the tip! How was I supposed to know you're lactose intolerant?
don't press play before putting on the headset, because if you press play and then put on the headset, the link connection will yeah. Okay. I just follow my own link. Oh, there you go. Can you see what I see? Yes, you can. Good. So it's gone now. I can move around. Let's see. It works. Good. Good. So the teleportation now works. It works 1 second and it just jumps me there, and it's all event based. So it's also cheap for the system to do it this way. Perfect. I think we are done. Just one more thing. Just one more thing. There is also something here that you can use called teleportation anchor. Teleport anchor. There. This guy here. This one. You see? This one are sometimes. Have you tried games where you can only teleport to specific locations that are pre-made for the game? If you have experience like that, you can do that. So your user can only teleport there. So for the sake of it, I'm going to put a little bit outside here. Should I put another one over here? And then we can play with that. Again, putting on the headset first. And my Oculus app needs update, but let's see how long I can ignore that. Okay, ready? Oh shit. Put it here. So now I can teleport. Look, whoom. I teleport here, and whoop, whoom. I teleport here. Let me jump back. Whoop, whoop. But it faces a different direction. You can play around with the teleportation anchors variable. It's luckily its layer is already on that. Yeah, you can again play around with this and then set it to the way you want it. So match orientation, target up, wall space up, target up and forward. So you can maybe turn it around if you want the user to face a different direction. Right now it goes on the, I think it's x-axis, the blue. So you can turn this, rotate this if you want the user to face a different direction once they release the teleport button. But yeah, thank you very much.